Happy Sunday to you. Of course, it's been an interesting session since morning with Maria. But of course, I'm here as well to keep you posted. There's so much that is happening in the country, including us keeping trail of what is happening in Wajir. We'll definitely be having reports as to what we expect tomorrow on the celebrations of Madaraka. But for now, lots lined up for you. My name is Linda Alela. We go straight to the news stories of the day, where security has been tightened in Wajir ahead of tomorrow's Madaraka Day celebrations. Regional Commissioner John Otieno says a number of roads will be closed to allow the presidential motorcade and security teams access to the main venue, Wajir Stadium. The regional commissioner also disclosed that Wajir has benefited from a number of development projects being undertaken under the Kenya Kwanza government. Wajir Stadium, where the main event will be held, is also expected to host about 10,000 people.
Area. All motor vehicles proceeding to State Lodge from the stadium after the celebrations will drop VIPs and VVIPs at the State Lodge gate and proceed to the parking space, which is directly opposite the State Lodge gate. Equity Bank roundabout to Grand Oasis Public Works Road will also be closed. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, I wish to take this opportunity to invite all Kenyans and beyond to the Madaraka Day celebrations to be held in Wajir County tomorrow. Further, I want to assure everyone that Wajir County is calm and secure. So those who are coming for purposes of celebration, please feel free to sample and enjoy the Somali culture. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending the briefing. Thank you, na Mungu awabariki sana.
Still on that, as Kenya marks its 63rd Madaraka Day tomorrow, the government says this year's celebrations in Wajir symbolize a renewed commitment to national unity, inclusion and equal opportunity for all regions. Government spokesperson Isaac Mwaura says that hosting the national event in Wajir reflects a Kenya where no community should feel left behind, while also highlighting ongoing investments in education, infrastructure and economic development across the northeastern region. Mwaura says the celebrations go beyond ceremony, serving as a reminder of the ideals that inspired Kenya's struggle for self-rule.
The selection of Wajir County to host this year's Madaraka Day celebrations underscores the government's commitment to addressing regional disparities and fostering balanced national development. The northeastern region is benefiting from substantial investments, including the construction of a modern 10-seater stadium. You'll be very surprised to see what was there before and now. We visited, it was just empty field. Today, you will be surprised to what you'll see actually on Madaraka Day. We also have tarmac roads around, to and from the stadium, street lighting, a mini state lodge, all within Wajir town, amongst other infrastructural installations across the region's 3 counties of Wajir, Garissa, and Mandera. A total of 30 major projects are ongoing in the region, including 7 ESP markets, 6 student centers within Garissa, and 5 TVETs in the area. 5 affordable housing projects are expected to deliver 2,148 units.
All right, the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, DCI, has announced a major breakthrough in investigations into the deadly fire of Utumishi Girls Senior Secondary School in Gilgil, which claimed the lives of 16 students. The DCI notes that following detailed forensic analysis of CCTV footage, investigators have positively identified 7 students believed to have participated in the Eson incident. 6 of the previously arrested suspects were confirmed through the footage, while another identified suspect has earlier been released and is now being sought by authorities. Post-mortem examinations confirmed that all 16 victims died from severe burns. Now, DNA samples have been collected to assist in the formal identification of the remains, and the DCI has pledged a thorough investigation and appealed for continued public cooperation. All right. Former Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko has visited survivors of the devastating Utumishi Girls Academy dormitory fire who are currently receiving treatment at the Kenyatta National Hospital. The former governor visited the 8 students between the ages of 15 and 17 years admitted at the facility, where he went ahead to give them financial support as well as food items to aid in their recovery. Sonko, while offering his condolences to the bereaved families who lost 16 girls in the tragedy, went ahead to thank the medical personnel for attending the victims and wished them quick recovery, while asking the government and Kenyans to unite in supporting those affected by the tragedy.
Are you okay? Anything? Okay. Apology, sana. We're here to support you. You'll be okay. Okay. I have something small. For you. Yeah? Quick recovery, yeah? Okay. Yeah. You'll be okay, yeah?
All right, back to the developments of these. Preparations for the Madaraka Day celebrations in Wajir are in high gear. Principal Secretary Interior Raymond Omolo is now giving a briefing on the state of preparedness, and let's cross over there and listen in.
We'll host 10,000 members of the public. The celebrations will start early in the morning. First of all, given the place where we are in, the weather, it's a bit hot. So we expect everybody to be seated by 7 a.m. in the morning. With His Excellency the President expected to come into the stadium soon after. And the plan is we want the celebrations to be done by around midday, because people have to break for midday prayers, but also then there are other programs that are lined up for the rest of the day.
There are massive projects that you are doing here. I don't know, what is the collaboration with the county? It was like the stadium is not going to finish. How are you accommodating that post the event?
So there are components of the stadium that have not been finished. The expectation is that the team that is responsible under the supervision of KDF will be able to finish that within a month from tomorrow after the celebrations. And yes, we have had good collaboration with the county government. We've had to even move people from around the stadium. If you notice, even the ring road that is around the stadium, if you were here a month ago, what you see today is different, and that has been made possible because of that close relationship with the county government. There are issues around water, the reticulation. We've sunk a borehole to support the operations at the stadium. But again, we've also made it possible for the community to be able to access the same water, working closely with the county government.
All right, and again, back to the incident that happened in Utumishi Girls Academy. And this tragic fire incident to Utumishi Girls Academy has sparked urgent calls from Kudaihe for strong safety measures in Kenya's boarding schools. Speaking in Kisii, Kenya Union of Domestic Hotels, Educational Institutions, Hospitals and Allied Workers, that is Kudaihe, official Thomas Mireri condemned unsafe boarding facilities and urged the employment requirement of qualified resident matrons for emergency response. Mireri further called for adequate state funding to fairly pay safety personnel in line with labor laws. He extended condolences to the families of the 16 victims, emphasizing that student safety must remain a strict, non-negotiable priority across all learning institutions.
The government also send money to schools so that the employment in schools is consistent. I believe that it should instruct all the board of management in all schools to sit down and make sure that effective from today, they have all been called to their relevant schools. If people are employed and given their duties in accordance with the laid down procedures, they will do their work. But the issue of nepotism and employing your relatives, this is where we get some inconveniences, because these people are not dispensing their duties effectively, because they are well, carded.
And following the death of a man allegedly shot by an NPR officer at Okatongo ADC farm, that is earlier this week in Kinyoru Ward, Trans Nzoia County, the residents are now calling on the government to disband the unit in the area. Locals led by area MMCA Andrew Kipeke have urged the government to intervene and disband the unit, alleging harassment and killings by officers stationed at the ADC farm. The calls follow the shooting of Dennis Ndiema, who was allegedly shot from behind by an NPR officer. Now, the incident has heightened tension between the residents and the officers. And according to the locals, the latest incident brings the number of deaths linked to the officers to 4 over the past 3 years. All right, apologies for that complexity that is on the audio. But we move on, where Kenyans have been urged to take personal responsibility in promoting peace, unity and national cohesion as political activity ahead of the 2027 general election begins to intensify. Stakeholders speaking during the launch of the Voice of Kenyans Foundation raised concern over rising political temperatures, warning against a divisive rhetoric, tribal intolerance and hate speech that could undermine national stability. The National Cohesion and Integration Commission says that politicians found guilty of incitement and hate speech will then face legal action, while citizens have been cautioned to go against using social media to spread messages that deepen divisions.
Just turn to your neighbor and tell them.
National Cohesion and Integration Commission, we are calling upon every Kenyan to arise, take responsibility, especially number one, on any clip, any TikTok content that drops into your phone. It is not to unite the country. Please don't forward it. Don't share it. Instead, make sure you delete it.
This is not a political party. This is not a campaign slogan. This is not a protest movement. This is a national cultural governance framework. Because peace without honor becomes weak. Honor without civility becomes pride. Civility without accountability becomes performance. But when peace, honor, and civility work together, a nation becomes stable.
Today, the problem in our country is that we celebrate thieves. I remember at one time I was in Monrovia, Liberia, and I talked about corruption. And one of the ministers then, Boima Fanbule, in response to me said, "You spoke very well, but you made a mistake." I said, "What mistake did I make?" "You talked about corruption. Call it what it is. Theft on an industrial scale." And we have thieves on an industrial scale in this country.
The rising tax proposals in the Finance Bill 2026 have been termed to threaten growth in Kenya's real estate sector. Concerns were also raised over legal uncertainties surrounding property title searches and their involvement of unregistered players in mortgages and leasing. Stakeholders say fraud remains a major challenge affecting investors, especially within the diaspora community. Industry leaders are now urging the government to go ahead and review the tax proposals, reform the Estate Agents Act, that is, of course, and strengthen oversight of real estate agents, as well as enhance public education. They have also called for registration under AML and CFT regulations to improve transparency, compliance, investor confidence, and economic growth.
Is good practice. It safeguards all of us. It's separate from.
We have a lot of international investors and the diaspora who are investing in Kenya, but we see that there's going to be an increase to 30% for non-resident investors. This is something that we think is going to take us back as a country, because what we're looking for is to grow the economy, and real estate is a very important sector.
Propositions that come, whether in the law, the regulatory framework, the financing arrangements that the government has, should be enablers of business at the end of the day. As a Kenya banking sector, we recognize the role.
We also need to have greater collaboration with the regulatory agencies, the Ministry of Lands in particular, because recent court decisions have basically declared that a certificate of official search is not adequate guarantee from the government about security of title.
The growing demand for practical skills in the job market has reinforced the need for more young people to enroll in technical and vocational education and training institutions. Unlike many university graduates, that is, who later seek technical training, TVET students acquire hands-on skills that prepare them directly for employment and entrepreneurship. This message dominated the 2026 graduation ceremony of Beacon of Hope at TVET, where 287 students graduated. And speakers encouraged graduates to use their skills across Kenya, that is, to support economic growth and create opportunities. Also, Kajiado North Member of Parliament, that is Onesmus Gogoyo, called for increased government funding for TVETs through the NGCDF, noting that he sponsored about 100 students who graduated successfully. The graduates expressed confidence in their training and pledged to apply their skills to help build the nation.
As we have a soft
na pia niseme tusisitize zaidi mambo ya TVET colleges. Sio watu wote wanapata nafasi ya kwenda university, na hivyo tukiweka pesa ambayo inatosha kazi hii itakuwa ni vizuri. Na pia skills ni muhimu, kwa sababu hapa mtu atakuwa daktari, anaweza kufanya kazi yake, amefanya cosmetology, amefanya motor vehicle engineering ama electrical, ataweza kujisimamia na kufanya kazi yake yeye mtu binafsi.
Mambo ya communication skills, tumewafundisha mambo ya presentation, tumewafundisha mambo ya ethics. So wakienda nje waanze kuweka into practice what they have learned.
More importantly, I want to tell the government of Kenya, please pump more money in technical institutes so that more vulnerable students or outside the loitering, they can come and earn skills just like us.
We are hoping for a welcoming environment, a peaceful working environment where you just work, show off your skills and be appreciated.
Special congratulations to the graduates. Now, amid rising mental health challenges across the country, stakeholders are calling for increased government investment in mental health services to ensure timely access to care and support for those affected. The call came during a mental health awareness walk that was organized by the Utawala community here in Nairobi in partnership with Graceland Foundation to mark Mental Health Awareness Month. The participants urged the government to expand access to counseling services, strengthen public awareness campaigns, as well as deploy more mental health professionals to address the growing burden of mental illness. The organizers noted that mental health remains a major concern that is in many communities and emphasized the need for collective action to reduce stigma and encourage those struggling to seek help.
Health is becoming an issue, not only in Kenya, not only in Africa, but the whole world. So I'll encourage everyone, like, let's come out, let's support people. And also as a community, if you see someone going through something, or if someone comes and tells you that they are going through something, please don't judge them. Help them, but if you can't help, you can refer to someone who can give the help.
I've organized a free medical camp, and the theme of the camp is mental health awareness. As you know that the month of May is the month of mental health awareness globally. And so we are joining citizens across nations, across continents to celebrate and to create awareness about mental health, because there is no health without mental health.
All right, on that note, we take a quick short break. We come back with more in a bit.
Sundays at 8:30 p.m.
Good morning.
You have my rent?
Leo jioni kama tutakuwa tumelipa rent, nauza hii simu yako.
Hamna pesa. I need 3 G's to make my nails today.
Sasa hivi natuhusu aje?
Can I order now? Do you ship? Can I get blinking ones?
Mimi nilikuwa na trade. Nimewekelea kitele yangu. Kitele yangu na trade. Ikikunyuma.
Oh my God. He left me. Nitumie ni live.
Uko nje kuna wifi.
Why? Hi-Fi?
Wait, so what do we call this dish again?
I have no idea.
The
cucumbers are there specifically for my beauty routine.
Tamulini kero make a beauty product.
Na ameenda.
Tunafaa tukuwe na logo yetu. Like, si ni brand already.
We won't entertain divas. No. I'm not dealing with a man child.
Amazing. Nishapenda hii energy.
Sundays at 8:30 p.m. on TV47. Saturday at 8:30 p.m.
My father used to tell me that our hotel is the home for travelers. I guess I forgot that. Recently, it's been more of a mirror of my own ambition. Ooh, yeah. We might fail. We will probably fail, but not for a lack of trying. So for the last time and the first time, welcome to Connect In, the best experience in Eastern Central Africa and its environs.
Saturday at 8:30 p.m. on TV47. Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m.
This is a very serious place.
I see that. Surely. Hey, Nyumba.
This is the place.
Just for a few days.
Rule number 2.
Kwani Google inajua maisha yangu wewe?
That's my seat. It's a chair. It was hers.
You're new here? Yes. You learned the rhythm.
This place is run by structure. Structure.
It is a system, ni venye tu ni system haisikizi. And what happens if something you haven't chosen enters your day?
I remove it.
That's not always going to be possible here.
Then you are going to have a problem.
Noted.
What are you planning? To escape from a resort?
This is not a resort, my friend. This is a storage. Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. on TV47.
Nairobi, where the hustle never sleeps and neither do the scammers.
Link up, we are talking about something that's affecting all of us. We are talking trust.
We're diving into the campus life.
Stay fresh, stay safe.
Stay linked up.
My father used to tell me that
And all right, welcome back. This is TV47 at 1. The national government has been urged to safeguard funding allocated to persons with disabilities amid concerns over shrinking support for the vulnerable group. This call was made during Murang'a County's Disability Day celebrations, that is at Maragua Level 4 Hospital, where leaders also lauded efforts by the county government to enhance access to disability services through the launch of its 4th therapy center for children with disabilities. And now our reporter Robert Gakure has more details as to that.
Murang'a County marked this year's Disability Day at Maragua Level 4 Hospital, where it unveiled a modern therapy center for children with disabilities. The facility is the 4th therapy center established by the county, aimed at bringing specialized services closer to the community.
It is quite expensive, and that's why I took that initiative to make these therapy centers, and with the guidance of the county government and with the help of our county assembly. These are 4th therapy center.
Parents, caregivers, disability advocates and government officials attended the event, calling for greater inclusion of persons with disabilities.
Watoto walemavu ni watoto wa watu. We are human beings and first foremost.
Speakers emphasized the importance of early intervention and grassroots access to therapy services for children with disabilities.
A child who has been intervened early and quite on time is a child who is likely to thrive.
What now we call upon is that to at least make sure that assessment for persons living with disability can be done in all government hospitals.
Alela member David Sankok urged the national government to protect funding for persons with disabilities and called on disability leaders to continue advocating for their rights.
Kwa ministries, department and agencies of government, kuna kitu inaitwa disability mainstreaming ambao ni important indicator in the contracting performance. Na nimesikia hiyo kidogo imetolewa, sijui kwa nini.
Hundreds of persons with disabilities also received assistive mobility devices through a partnership between the county government and development partners. Robert Gakure, TV47, Murang'a.
Thank you, Robert, for that. And a section of Kikuyu women elders have condemned the increasing disappearance and killing of children, demanding swift investigations into the recurring incidents. Speaking during a women's consultative meeting, the elders have called upon the DCI to dismantle the criminal networks behind the abductions and murders. Led by the chairlady, Njeri Wawaweru, the women also condemned the Utumishi Girls' School dormitory fire, accusing the Ministry of Education of failing Kenyans. Additionally, they opposed the planned Ebola quarantine facility that is in Laikipia County, warning of nationwide protests against its establishment.
Hii masomo wameleta hiyo skills ziko, but kama watoto wamefungiwa kwa domo, hata kama akiwa na skills na amefungiwa ndani na kumefungwa na nje, how are they going to help themselves? Na wako ndani na kumefungwa nje, they cannot come out. It's as if they were murdered. Maneno hiyo plant inajengwa ya kuleta watu wa Ebola, hiyo tumekataa. Juu hatuna uwezo, nchi yetu haina uwezo ya kitu kama hiyo. Sisi tumeshindwa kujimudu na chakula, hata petroli hatuwezi kununua petroli, tutawezanaje na Ebola?
We have any other country to go. So the government should take immediate effect to look into that issue.
Sisi tumekasirika na tumekerwa sana na kuona watoto wa jamii zote wanakufa, wanatolewa vitu ya mwili, wengine wanashutiwa na wengine wanakufa tu without any reason. So sasa tumekerwa sana na hii jambo sababu tuko na serikali na tunakaa kama nchi haina serikali.
Still on that sad note, a family in Garissa County is calling for justice following the brutal killing of their 25-year-old son, who was allegedly attacked in broad daylight by a member of a gang said to have been terrorizing residents of Bula Mzuri village. The victim, Osman Awais, an American citizen of Somali descent, had traveled from the United States to visit his family when he was reportedly confronted by a group of assailants who attempted to rob him of his mobile phone. According to the relatives, Osman resisted the robbery, prompting one of the attackers to stab him in the thigh before fleeing the scene and leaving him critically injured by the roadside. The grieving family has appealed to security agencies to swiftly apprehend the suspect, who they described as a notorious criminal and repeat offender well known in the community.
It's really disappointing just to know for the last 3 days nothing has been done. While we already fronted names of the suspect, who is a young criminal guy, well known in those areas.
A great kid. He was a role model for his siblings. He was an amazing person. He loved his family. He loved his community. And today we are demanding from the Kenyan authorities to find justice for Usman and get the criminals out there and ultimately arrest them and bring them to justice.
Sisi tunatafuta haki ya kijana yetu, tafadhali serikali. Sisi tunatafuta haki ya kijana yetu. 4 days anakaa kwa haba mochari. Sasa sisi sioni haba kwa serikali haki ya kijana yetu. Tafadhali sisi tunatafuta haki ya kijana yetu.
The Kenya Golf Union held its annual general meeting, bringing together delegates, that is past chairmen and presidents, executive members, captains of affiliated clubs and stakeholders from across the country. During the AGM, Brian Akun was elected Kenya Golf Union chairperson, taking over from Chris Kinuthia, whose mandatory 1-year term has lapsed. Brian has, for the past year that he served as the vice chairperson, having joined KGU 4 years ago. Now, the Kenya Golf Union has also picked a new board as it seeks to deepen the growth of the sport in the country. Rural Sports Club's Peter Mwaura becomes the honorary secretary, and incumbents Robert Ngugi, James Gitonga, Riban Roba and Sam Kangau retain their posts in the board. The Muru Golf Club's James Githinji, as well as Royal Nairobi Golf Club's, that is Bernard Mwaura, have joined the board to fill the 6 executive positions which were up for grabs.
One of the key focuses for 2026-2027 will be the transition and unification of golf. Basically, all the bodies, that is Kenya Golf Federation, Kenya Golf Union, Kenya Ladies Golf Union, the Junior Golf Federation into one body. My strong belief is obviously there are a lot more synergies and successes that we can achieve with having a unified approach to governing of the sport in this country. Currently, obviously, there's a litigation ongoing, but that, my strong belief, it can be amicably settled amongst the parties because, again, it's a small golfing community that can work together to ensure the success of that. The second thing is the high-performance program that is already running, but there can be renewed and focused energy in making sure that the system runs better in terms of coaching development, leadership, and getting more of our players into the African amateur high-performance program.
Edition of Faldo Junior Tour Kenya Championship got underway in impressive fashion as Vet Lab Sports Club on Saturday. That is bringing together 84 junior golfers from 6 nations for one of the most prestigious events on the Kenyan junior golf calendar. Players from Kenya, Zambia, India, China, Portugal and the United States teed off in the opening round of the 3-day championship, showcasing the growing international appeal of the tournament and reinforcing its position as a key pathway for aspiring junior golfers. The championship is also a World Amateur Golf Ranking event and contributes valuable points towards the Junior Golf Foundation Order of Merit. Now, adding further significance to the competition, the opening saw about players navigate challenging conditions at Vet Lab Sports Club with several standoff performances across the field.
This 5th edition tour, we had over 84 players, and even some from countries like Portugal, countries like China, and countries like India, and of course the majority from Kenya.
Yeah, my tee shots were pretty good, but my approach shots were really good today. Like I haven't hit approach shots like that in a while for like so consistently throughout the round, and it's good to see that they're there as well. No, to be honest, I mean, my game plan for this tournament has just been to stay present and to have fun.
I think I tried very hard today. The pins were not really ideal. However, I was really good with my approach shots.
All right, and this one would certainly not miss out on the sports stories today. Paris Saint-Germain
at 8:30 p.m.
Good morning. You have my rent?
Leo jioni kama tutakuwa tumelipa rent, nauza hii simu yako.
Hamna pesa. I need 3 G's to make my nails today.
Sasa hivi natuhusu aje?
Can I order now? Do you ship? Can I get blinking ones?
Mimi nilikuwa na trade. Nimewekelea kitele yangu. Kitele yangu na trade. Ikaikunyuma.
Oh my God. You left me. Nitumie ni line.
Uko nje kuna wifi.
Why? Hi-Fi?
Wait, so what do we call this dish again?
I have no idea.
The cucumbers are there specifically for my beauty routine.
Tangulini kero umeka kwa beauty product.
Na ameenda.
Tunafaa tukuwe na logo yetu. Like, si ni brand already.
Me, I won't entertain divas.
No. I'm not dealing with a man child.
Amazing. Nishapenda hii energy.
Sundays at 8:30 p.m. on TV47. Saturday at 8:30 p.m.
My father used to tell me that our hotel is the home for travelers. I guess I forgot that. Recently, it's been more of a mirror of my own ambition. We might fail. We will probably fail, but not for a lack of trying. So for the last time, and the first time, welcome to Connect In, the best experience in East and Central Africa and its environs.
Saturday at 8:30 p.m. on TV47. Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m.
This is a very serious place.
I see that.
Champions League, we need to go and actually be further.
Right, 35 minutes past 1 p.m. Thank you so much for keeping it TV47. We're still working on more stories and we'll be bringing them your way later. But meanwhile, just keep it right here. My name is Linda Alela. We close TV47 at 1 for now. Happy Sunday.